And I say this all the time on my show. Timely hitting. What I mean about that is no matter how many outs it is, when a runner is scoring position, they coming through. They getting base hits. They getting runners over. They driving in runs. And they getting extra base. Anytime you can get extra base hits, that put a lot of pressure on a defense. Because 9 times out of 10, when you get extra base hits, like doubles and triples, 9 times out of 10, your offense is going to score off that. And Indians have been clicking in these last 6 games, going back to the last series of the home series against the Dodgers, which they lost 2 games, both in the 8th inning, late in the 8th inning. But I just think Terry Francona said that he pissed Andrew Miller too much. What people got to understand is that he human too. Andrew Miller is one of the most dominant relievers in the game, but he also a human being too. He's going to have his bad days, but he's going to have way more good days than he had bad games. I will give him the ball 9 times out of 10 in any situation because Andrew Miller is that good. So and what I love about the Indians team, they pick each other up. They don't mind changing roles in that bullpen. Cody Allen said he would be the setup guy, and Andrew Miller say that means you pitching him less, and you letting him rest, and he don't have to go out there and do 2 and 3 innings because the wear and tear hurt you. And if you look at it, the Indians went deep in the postseason. Andrew Miller played in the baseball classic, so he kind of tired. And Terry Francona finally admitted it that he was pitching him too much. And we all human. So at the end of the day, Andrew Miller is still, if not the best reliever in baseball to me. He's somebody you can go to. He's somebody you can count on. He's dependable. He's reliable. You can trust him. But he needs his rest. And Terry Francona know what he's doing. And that's what I love about this team, that they don't mind, you know what I'm saying, sacrificing for the best of the team. It's team. It's no I in team. And that's what the Indians define as a team. And you can see when they play as a team, they can be one of the best teams in the major leagues. Easily. They haven't even got Brantley back in his lineup. He on paternity leave, and congratulations to him, to his child. I don't know if he had a son or a daughter, but Brantley has been playing phenomenal baseball coming off that shoulder injury. Nobody thought he was gonna do that good. He's in the All-Star voting. So the Indians don't mind sacrificing for each other. That's what I love about it. And Terry Francona switched it up for Edwin Encarnacion to get out his slump. He batted 5th for a while, and he got up out of there. He put Carlos Santana in there, but Carlos Santana sacrificed for the team, even though he wasn't doing good in that 4th hole, because he's not a 4th hole hitter. You can't put too much pressure on Santana because he's not going to deliver. Because he's afraid, because he want to do so good. He's such a team player. He doesn't mind. Remember, he came from catcher to first base. And some years they was wanting to put him at third base. He's a baseball player. But the Indians' bats is coming alive. They getting timely hitting. They forcing the pitcher to throw more strikes into the zone, and they're taking advantage. So the Indians is locked in offensively. And we can always get better with the absence of Michael Brantley. So this team can be scary when they at their full potential. And once Lindor get out of this slump, and Lindor is in a slump, Kipnis haven't been hitting well in the last past week or two. But he's getting hits when he needed. And the pitching staff is coming along. Trevor Bauer, my hats go up to him. But besides that rocky start in Colorado, he's been coming along. Sunday, he pitched a great game against Minnesota. He's commanding them. He's not shaking off his catcher a lot. He's throwing his curveball and his fastball. He's decreasing some of his pitches. He's not throwing 7 pitches. And he's throwing pitches for strikes and command. And he's following the catcher's game plan. So you have to give credit to what credit is due. Trevor Bauer is doing a great job. Tomlin is having a tremendous season. He's really pitching great this season. I just hope it keeps up. Cookie Carrasco, you already know what he can do. And Corey Kluber showed what he can do last night. And once you can get Danny Salazar back and get him back into his right mind and get his arm back together, he's got one of the best arms in baseball. This pitching staff can be scary when they on all cylinders. So if the Indians can get on all cylinders on every level, this team is easily a World Series type of team. No doubt about it. And if anybody say they not, they lying. The Indians have the potential this year to win a World Series. As you can see, they're giving you a preview. And this is the time of the season where teams start to break out, where you see the good teams and the bad teams in the standings. Look at the Cincinnati Reds. They had a great season starting off, but they starting to decline. The teams that's starting to show themselves, they's going to decline. Detroit, I can't say that Kansas City is hanging in there, but I think it's not more of the division. I just think the Indians is so much far of a gap in the division. It's the Indians, because if the Indians was playing Cleveland Indians baseball, they will be running away with their division, which they starting to, and let's hope they keep this up starting tonight against the Baltimore Orioles at Camden Park at 7 o'clock. First pitch, 7:10. So we have to really, really appreciate what the Indians is doing right now, and it's about time, and fans is getting excited, and this is only going to draw them more crowds. Because you got to figure it's the summertime and the kids out of school and people want to see some good baseball. And the Browns haven't started their training camp. The Cavs just ended the season. So all eyes on the Indians. And the Indians is finally picking up where they supposed to be. Doing what they supposed to do. And this team is scary when they is at all cylinders. So I expect them to keep this streak going and start to bust this division open. And competing for a pennant and possibly going to their second straight World Series this year. Terry Francona, he's a great manager. I like their staff. Sandy Alomar, Sazenball. I like their staff. Mickey Callaway, Bo Mills. I love their staff because they are dedicated people and they love the game of baseball and they do what's best for the team. Terry Francona always takes up for his player. He's a player coach. That's why a lot of players love playing for him, because he's going to take up for you. He's never going to throw you under the bus, no matter if you're struggling or if you're having a locker room problem. He's always going to take up for you, and that's what's great for Terry Francona and the Cleveland Indians. And right now, we can see what they can do. And let's hope they keep this up and extend this winning streak to as much as they can. Last year, maybe they go on a 15-game winning streak this year. But we can only see. But Edwin Encarnacion is coming alive. And when Edwin Encarnacion coming alive and carrying this team, this can be a dangerous team, because that's all they need. That middle of their order, and Jose Ramirez is playing hell of a baseball. And let Francisco Lindor get going. This team can be dangerous. And I'm just so happy for Edwin Encarnacion, because he finally coming alive and he finally being what he doing here to get paid for. It's funny, doing what he came here to get paid for, and that is hit home runs and drive in RBIs. And Jose Ramirez just on a whole nother level. He's all-star worthy. The Indians have a lot of all-stars. Let's go out here and vote for him, y'all, and get these players in the All-Star game, because they have a lot. Let's not let Terry Francona go by himself, which I highly doubt it. The Indians have at least 5 to 6 players that can go to the All-Star game this year. And that's even with a slow start with Evan Encarnacion. I know he's starting to get back on the ballot too. So the Indians doing a great job. I'm ready. This is what I've really been waiting for. Their potential to rise up. So I think they're on a great winning streak, and let's keep this up and keep it going. Now, we're gonna get into some Browns training camp. I think the Browns is just. I think it's more up than down. I think Hugh Jackson is finally building a culture in Berea, hard-working, physical, aggressive team who's going to come out there and give it they all each and every Sunday. And that's what he building in Berea. I love Greg Williams. I like what the Browns is doing. Let's just hope they can put it together on the field and not on the paper. Training camp, what's been going on in minicamp, they say Deshaun Kaiser is closing the gap on Cody Kessler for the starting position. That is surprising. Dan Marino had a great article about the similarities of him and Kaiser, of how he didn't have a great senior year. How he had all the physical tools that Deshaun Kaiser had. Dan Marino, which is the greatest passing quarterback to ever play the game. One of the best pure passers in the game of football, say that you have a chance to be special, but he just have to put in the work and not let that get to his head and work hard each and every day. And I think Kaiser got it. He got all the tools. He got all the traits. That's what Dan Marino said. He said he was the fourth quarterback taken. Back in '83, Ty Brack, Blacklist. You had John Elway. And then you had Dan Marino, which was the fourth quarterback taken. I can't think of the other one off the top of my head. But same thing for Deshaun Kaiser. You had Robisky took it. Then you had Watson. Then you had Patrick Mahomes. Then you had Watson and then Kaiser. And so when you have something, when you have a chip on your shoulder and you was the last quarterback taken out the crop, you have a chip on your shoulder, and that's what Dan Marino had, and he came out to be one of the best passing quarterbacks in NFL history. So he said he believed that Kaiser can be something special. I believe it. He got all the traits, but he just got to learn. He just got to learn how to be a pro each and every day. And if you just let him sit and groom him, we might have our quarterback of the future. I know we said that about Brady Quinn coming out of Notre Dame, but Brady Quinn didn't have all the tools. His accuracy was suspect. The Deshaun Kaiser accuracy is terrific, and he got a strong arm and zip on that ball. So I think if you can just let him sit for a whole year and let him learn the game, I think we might have something special here in Cleveland. I think that he have an opportunity to be a great player. And they say Ricardo Lewis is coming along in camp. He's got more confidence. We need that. The wide receiving core is really a concern for this team with the loss of Terrell Pryor. You hoping that Corey Coleman stay healthy and Kenny Bricks. So Ricardo Lewis, he only can get better, and they said he's been putting in work. And you got Isaiah Crowell, the Crow. He said he's looking for a big year, and the Browns reamped this offensive line. So I think they're gonna have some big things, I think they're expecting a big year from Crowell this year, and I'm expecting a big year from him. I'm expecting a big year from him, rushing and passing. Hope he went in the offseason and worked on his catching skills and his blocking skills, because he's a great runner. He's a north and south runner. He's a hard, old school, ground and pound back. And then you got the finesse back of Duke Johnson. Don't forget about him, who can catch the ball, but he can't block. He need to work on his runnings, and I hope he worked on how to hit holes and more vision when he